piss. Keep it simple, stupid.
I promise you, this is not a political podcast.
Jump from the deep end of the pool, set up the mood. Paranoid radio, set up the mood. Paranoid radio, set up the mood. Paranoid radio, set up the mood. 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 Testicles, 1, 2, testicles. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Paranoid Radio Podcast. I am Trebles Garcia, the humble host of this amazing adventure. I want to thank the Lord for allowing me to be here today, and I want to thank every single one of you for allowing me to enter your space. Yo, guess what? Ladies and gents, we are monetized. I know I promised you guys that we will never sell out, but you know what? I gotta fucking eat. You gotta eat. And at the cost of just you listening to the show for 30 seconds, at the cost of only 2 ads, you guys can still enjoy the show absolutely fucking free. And I'm throwing you a fucking bonus, guys. I'm throwing you a bonus here. You know how I'm throwing you a bonus? I am dropping every single video episode absolutely free on Patreon. All you got to do is go to paranoidradio.com right now, become a member on Patreon for free, and enjoy all of our video episodes. If you want to watch any new episode that has not dropped in our bank of knowledge, about to jump in the next 2 to 3 weeks, you guys got to pay $3.99. $2.99. It's $3 a month for you guys to watch the future episodes. So if you guys haven't already, go to paranoidradio.com. It has a new facelift. Check out our Patreon, become a member, and watch us for free. And guys, again, thank you for supporting the show. Paranoid Radio Podcast has grown a lot. 4 years in this bitch, almost 300 episodes. I want to thank you all for being part of that adventure. Now, allow me to jump in from the deep end of the pool and set the fucking mood. Do not forget to drop a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. It allows other people to enjoy the show as much as I enjoy making it. And also drop 5-star reviews on any platform you're on. Spotify, iHeartRadio, anywhere. If you can like it. All right? Stop being a bitch. All right, here we go. Striking when the iron is hot. Please allow me to introduce my deep state correspondent, business owner, Flash, or Flashy_News1. What's up, big dog?
What's up, brother? How we doing, man? Reporting for duty, baby. Emergency broadcast.
This is an emergency broadcast, and the reason I had to bring in Flash, I had to summon Flash. I don't like doing this to Flash, but I had to bring him in is because we're not only getting paid now for doing this show, but also Flash has a lot of information during the week of the DNC, while the Democratic fucking Party is over here dropping steroid bombs of propaganda all over the place, including abortion clinics, mobile clinics to abort your babies, instead of educating you, they're also taking over the wavelengths, the radios, the podcasts, the mainstream media, the posts, and the social people, all the social networks. So this is what we do best. Social media, digital soldiers are here. We have a lot of content to drop. And Flash, you have a long list of stuff that you need to go through. RFK might be dropping out and endorsing Trump. Explain.
So it's now official. Well, he's having a press conference tomorrow in Arizona where Donald Trump is already going to be. So why did he pick Arizona? He's probably going to go there to give, and then he's going to go with Donald Trump. So his vice president pick, RFK's vice president pick, she went on a podcast a couple days ago, and she pretty much explained to the host that, they have a couple options here now. They can stay in the race and hopefully they get 10%, whatever. Obviously, they don't have a path to victory. Let's be honest, right? So they're starting to get realistic now. So pretty much what she was saying is that they understand the war that we're in. RFK understands. His vice president understands. They looked at the polls. They saw that they might actually pull more votes from Trump. Right. And this is what patriotism actually looks like. OK, RFK Jr. is going to put his ego aside. Right. He's going to go endorse Donald Trump because he understands that a Kamala Harris false ticket is the end of America. OK, this is a perfect example. If you don't have to like Trump, you don't got to love him. You don't got to think he's cool or handsome or whatever. You can think he's an asshole. Is he going to put you in the best position to save yourself and your family. That's what this is about. This isn't a popularity contest. This isn't a fucking Emmy or an Oscar or, the first black bite. None of that shit matters when you're trying to put food on your table. None of that shit matters when you're trying to fill up your car with gasoline. None of that shit matters when you're trying to find a babysitter and you're splitting dollars. None of that matters, okay? What matters now is who is going to put us in the best position to save ourselves. Right?
Yes.
And RFK Jr. understands that. There's not a lot of people that are in politics that are running for politics that understand the war that we're in, right? This is why I support Donald Trump, because he understands the war that we're in, right? The war to save America, essentially. And that's not hyperbole or hyperbolic. That's just what it is now, right? So the lines have never been clearer, and RFK understands it. So and we talked about this a long time ago when RFK actually jumped in the race. I said, I think he's going to endorse Trump at some point. Like, why would you even be doing this? I think this was part of the plan all along, because if we remember, Donald Trump and JFK Jr., JFK's son, were best friends. I'm talking like homies, bro. You know what I mean? And that's a whole nother conversation. We can talk about JFK Jr. and the conspiracies around that. Hillary Clinton actually had him killed because they were running in the Senate together. That's how Hillary Clinton got her first Senate seat, because she was supposed to run against JFK Jr., but he died in that plane crash, and then she went on to win the New York Senate seat. Anyway, so that tells me that, the Kennedy family's always been close with Trump, and the Kennedy RFK understands exactly the war that we're in. He lost a parent and an uncle to this shit, right? They were killed by the CIA. He understands that. So I think that he's going to drop out. He's going to endorse Trump, and I think that this was the plan all along, right? Because he was running a campaign that was about the deep state, very similar to Trump, but he was attracting the people that liked Trump's policy but didn't like Trump, right? He was attracting those people because he had similar policies. So I think that, I really think that he saw the writing on the wall, right? That he was hurting Trump more than he would hurt Harris. And at the end of the day, we all want the same things. You know what I mean? We really do.
And he left. He will be back. Chelsea will be back very soon. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, to check us out at paranoidradio.com. I guess he lost signal. Flash will be back right now with us shortly. I'm going to take advantage right now and let you guys know to make sure you check us out. Paranoidradio.com, paranoidradio.com. Drop a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. And lots of other people to enjoy the show as much as I enjoy making it. And he's back!
Bam! My fault.
No, it's all Gucci. It's all Gucci. Dude, yo, dang.
So, like we were saying, right? So I think that we all know that they were friends. Not only that, people forget that Trump actually had RFK Jr. in his first administration, right?
Yeah. Talk directly to the mic.
He had RFK was actually working with Trump in the first administration. Trump put him on the task force that went after vaccine injuries. He wanted RFK Jr. to study that, and RFK Jr. did, but he was blocked by Dr. Fauci. He was trying to get all this information, and Fauci kept blocking him. So that just shows you that RFK and Trump understand the war that we're in. And actually, I think RFK understands some things that Trump really doesn't, or that Trump isn't really involved in. RFK understands more about the food and the drugs are in the food. So I think he'd be perfect for the food, for the FDA, head of the FDA, or if not, head of the CIA, something like that, something intelligence. And I just let him run wild. Let him fucking rip.
I know a lot of people that are voting for RFK or are RFK supporters that are not too far away from supporting Trump. In fact, most of the people that I speak to on podcasts today, K4V3, on Talking Roosters, a lot of personal friends, as they say, that the RFK was the ones for them. The people in the middle, they're not blue. The people in the middle are more close to the red than any other people that are awakened right now. So that are not voting for Trump. So I think that's going to be great. We do have other points. The DNC convention. The DNC. What the fuck? What a clown show? Dude, Lil Jon? Get the fuck out, bro.
So disappointed, bro.
You know what? What's that Latina girl from the Bronx? What's her fucking name? The stupid bitch with the big mouth?
Oh my God,
yo. She's over there talking about Donald Trump would sell this country for $1, and we just found out Biden. But what? What?
Right. Oh. Exactly. Projection at its finest, bro. Are you kidding me? Bro? We just found out that, the Biden family got $27 million from 2014 to 2021. Oh, yeah, but Donald Trump's a problem. Yeah. Are you kidding me, bro? It is the most disgusting display of propaganda that I've probably ever seen. They're really good at that. And I'm surprised, like we were talking about, they were supposed to use a lot more celebrities, right? They were going to use more and more celebrities, but they had that feeling that they're looking more and more like the party of the elites. right? And it's so funny. They're sitting there talking about how they're going to regulate all these prices and they're going to go after the billionaires and all this stuff. Meanwhile, you got the billionaires sitting in the fucking arena in a $500,000 suite that are literally watching the DNC. They're laughing their asses off. You think they're going to regulate the people that give them the most money? Of course not. Come on, man. So it's just such a joke. You know, they got Mike Obama got up there, lied her ass off. And the craziest thing is they're up there talking about how people shouldn't have more than they need. Right, that was their big argument. Right? Oh my God, it's not right that people have more than they need. This is coming from a lady that literally has 3 mansions, a $12 million mansion, right, in Martha's Vineyard. $750,000 speaking engagements she gets for Germany, right? But we're the problem. Me and you driving our little Toyotas with gas. That's the problem, right? It's so obvious, bro. It's on full display now, and I just think that it was. They said Donald Trump's name 500 times. They only talked about the economy 3 times. They only talked about the border
He's gonna
once.
win. He's gonna win. They're manifesting him.
They need you to hate inflation more than they need you to hate Trump more than you hate inflation. They need you to hate Trump more than you hate the open border, more than not having security in your home, more than the grocery prices. So they have to make it about Trump, right? Because they can't win on the issues. The issues are terrible. You know what I mean?
Repetition. Repetition is the father of learning, and that is not a lie. The more you repeat something, the more you echo something. In fact, bro, this is why I always say Parano Radio, Parano Radio, Parano Radio, Parano Radio. Do not forget to drop a first. Why? Because the more I say it, the more it gets into your subconscious, and the more you start believing it. The more those lies, the more people lie. If a lie starts getting echoed, it doesn't only transform, but it also starts becoming true because people started involving themselves and dropping all that energy to make it true. That's what's happening here.
100%, bro. And and that's what a psyop is, right? And they use the linguistic, they use trigger words, keywords, like a deadly virus or weapons of mass destruction. They use these trigger words to get into your subconscious to create that reaction of fear or whatever they're trying to go, whatever they're trying to do, right? And I think just watching these people at the DNC, I try to watch it just so I can get the information so I can bring it to you guys, but it was so hard to watch, man.
How do you have
hoax after hoax, bro?
How do you have the borders of the United States of America welded open in Texas and in parts of California, but you have gates around the convention, and you don't have the balls? Miami Beach, Florida is calling me. I wonder who that is. Give me a moment here. Everybody, a lot of technical difficulties today. How dare you? How the fuck dare you put gates around the convention center and ask for people to get ID'd when they're coming in and identify themselves when you don't even identify anybody that's coming into the fucking country?
Come on. Or you don't need an ID to vote, but you need an ID to get to the DNC? Come on. Come on, bro. Come on, man. This shit is so ridiculous, bro. But you know what? The more they talk, the lower Kamala's poll numbers get. Right after the second day of the DNC, Trump now has a 5-point lead nationally, where he only had a 1-point lead a couple of days ago. So this is it. And if she has no policy position, literally, you go on her website, nothing about her policy. They really want you to vote for her and find out what the policies are later. This is democracy. Are you kidding me, bro? Donald Trump has put out all of his policy positions, Agenda 47, exactly how he's going to close the border, exactly how he's going to stop the war in Ukraine, exactly how he's going to stop the war in Israel. He actually has ideas that are going to work. Why? Because they already did work. We already seen no wars. We already seen cheap gas. We already seen crime go down. We already seen the fentanyl deaths go down under the Trump administration. So we don't have to wonder. We don't have to think. We don't have to listen to the other side. We know exactly what another Trump. Now with RFK Jr. too in the administration, bro, it's about to get crazy in a real good way for us. 100%.
And
bro.
There's a lot more people out there protesting in the street outside of the convention center. So much for fucking Democratic Party, and then the people inside the Democratic National Convention. There's people. There's people outside. That's what the image was. The thumbnail that we created. I created people protesting outside of the convention center instead of inside. Marxists versus patriots. Whoa.
This is it, guys. The lines have never been clearer. We don't have to pretend or come up with, all these hyperbolic conspiracy theories about what they're going to do. They're telling us what they're going to do. Price fixing. They tried that in Venezuela. It causes bread lines. It causes literal. You're not going to have anything in the grocery stores, right? Because I own a grocery store. I'm telling you right now, it's only 1% profit that we make on groceries. So you're going to price cap that, right? And then all these small businesses are going to go out of business because they're not even going to make that profit, that little profit that they were already making, right? And so this is so they cause the problem and then they sell the cure. That's what communism is, right? They let the prices get out of control. They told us that inflation was just transitory, right? And then while they were telling us that, if they were actually would have attacked inflation right when it started happening, we never would have had it. They allowed it to run wild. They started printing more money, right? The Fed started raising rates. All of these things that they could have done to stop it, they did it. They actually did the opposite to make it more inflation. That's a hidden tax on every American. That's what inflation is, right? And of course, they're not going to want. So now they sell the cure, just like the open border, right? They open the border. They let 8 million people in. Now they want to come up with this border security bill. That is a terrible bill, but they just hope that we're so sick of the open border that we'll just, oh yeah, give us that bill. Oh yeah, give us the price fixing laws.
Yeah.
Give us all these things because they
and pass all this
problem.
shit. Yeah, pass all these underlying shit under the bills that nobody fucking really pays attention. All the fine print stuff. And we lost Flash again. Let's wait for him to reconnect. And he's back.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, he's back.
The internet. So, the Democrats are really good at fixing things that aren't broken and breaking things that were already fixed, right? Because the border was already fixed. They came in, they broke it, right? Our gas prices, everything was fixed. They came in, they broke it so that they can fix it their way, right? That is the communist way. And of course, they can't put out their policy positions because they can't let everyone know how much of a radical Marxist they really are. And, and the Obama speech was a perfect example of that. People having too much. Who the fuck are you to tell me what I can do with my money if I make it and what I need and what I don't need, says the people sitting in 3 mansions, right? That have come on, bro. So I think this is where we're at, though. It has to get this ridiculous. It has to get this, oh my God, are you guys kidding me, right? Because in order for people to wake the hell up, they got to be smacked in the mouth sometimes. And that open border smacked you in the mouth. Paying $7 for gas smacked you in the mouth. Now, Kamala Harris not being voted for one person, not one person voted for her to be the nominee, right? Now, all of a sudden, we're all supposed to believe that she's the best fucking woman for the job and all. Bro, there's no politician in California that deserves to be the president of the United States. None. There's just none. And she does not deserve a promotion. If there's one person that doesn't deserve a promotion, it's Kamala fucking Harris. Yes. 100%, bro. 100%.
Yo, and something that I haven't heard the Democratic Party speak on any type of conventions or any time at all, any given moment. Death penalty for human traffickers, something that Trump has said that he will do. Explain to me.
Yep. So this is huge. So he had already made executive orders in regards to this, right? But now he wants to, as a policy position of the federal government, to give the death penalty to sex traffickers and anyone involved with human trafficking. Now, if he was part of the fucking club, you think he'd be doing that? Do you think he would be threatening the death penalty for child sex traffickers? Of course he wouldn't. That is their big money maker. Okay, that's the one thing that nobody talks about. That's the one thing that nobody wants to touch, right? Nobody wants to talk about the border, how there's 300,000 missing kids, right? Because they're all being trafficked. Donald Trump knows exactly that. That's exactly what's happening, right?
Damn.
So now we're going to put the death penalty on you.
That is deep, bro.
This just tells you what this man is about, right? And whoever doesn't get on board, how would you not get on board with that, right? How would you not want the death penalty?
There's two things that I've heard lately. I've heard a couple of people say, then who the fuck is a good guy? If Donald Trump is a bad guy, who is bringing hope? The belief that you have, if you're a Christian, if you're a Muslim, it doesn't matter what religion you are, your goddess, your God, your deity is invisible. The belief system, the trust, the faith you have that entity is real, that Jesus Christ is the saving God, that he's your savior, that is your hope. You don't need to see it to believe it.
Right.
It's the same fucking thing. If you have no hope, if you have no faith, unfortunately, you are lost. You are lost, and you need somebody. You really need Jesus. You need somebody to fucking save you. And I'm not saying Trump. Yeah, I'm not saying Trump is a savior here, but you have to have some type of fucking hope. For God's sakes, for that 10%, for that 1%, that Donald Trump is not controlled opposition. Come on this side. I'll be here cooking up a barbecue. I'll give you a fucking beer, and I'll have a red MAGA hat for you when you come, and just get on this side of the train.
With our arms wide open. And, and a lot of those people were RFK fans, right? So if you're an RFK fan, do you trust him enough to realize what he's doing, that he understands the war that we're in, and that he's going to back Donald Trump, right? That should tell you right there, right? So this is what I'm saying. And there's so much evidence to suggest that Trump is exactly the man he says he is. Has he made mistakes? Of course he has. Has he done things that we didn't like? Yeah. But just because he's not being the president, the kind of president that you would be if you were the president, doesn't mean he's not on our side. Just because he's not doing every single thing that you want him to do or you think he should do, that doesn't mean he's not on our side. Okay, there's things that you can and cannot do as the president. Of course, we want him to do all of these things, but is it realistic? Is it even legal? How do you even get there without the public opinion on your side, right? Because he's not a king. He's not a king. He's not going to rule with executive order. He wants it to come from the people, right? He could have easily fucking came in with the military and done all the things we want, throw his opponents in jail. That would have been a dictator move, regardless if it was the right thing or the wrong thing, right? Because you have to put what is the best interest of the American people. Yeah, we want to see them in jail, but is it in the best interest at that time to do it? What kind of backlash would it have caused? Would it have put us in a worse place or a better
Even
place?
worse.
Or was it better to let this shit play out, to expose these motherfuckers for who they are, allow them to expose themselves, and then sit back and say, look, I told you. Now what's the solution? Now we can throw these motherfuckers in jail because everyone sees it. And if you don't see it, that's because you refuse to see it. So we're not playing those games anymore, right?
Yeah.
So now we're here now. We're on this train.
If you
stopping.
can't see it, it's not stopping, and you're gonna get run over. And I'm telling you right now, if you don't see it, it's exactly what Flash just said. It's because you don't want to see it. You are comfortable and you're overprivileged, fucking victimized alive. Yeah. Unfortunately. All right, here we go. Yeah. Got one more, bro. And I'm already overdue on the clock. But Harris and Biden fucked up the economy? Oh,
man. Listen, bro, we sat here time after time, and they came out with all these economic numbers. Oh, they gained 100 million jobs, 10 million jobs. And I was like, bro, there's no way. They are lying about the economy. They are fudging the numbers, right? And people told me, oh, you're not an economist. You didn't go to college. You don't know what you're talking about. Oh, yeah, well, it comes to find out that they overestimated the jobs by 1 million. 1 million jobs they said they created that were never actually created, bro, because they think you're that stupid. They think that they could just put numbers in front of you and you're going to be like, oh, my God, yeah, look, it's great. Even though you can't afford a fucking bag of chips. You can't get a second job if you needed to. And, 1.3 million Americans lost their job in the last 2 years, and 1.3 foreign-born people got new jobs. So it's the great replacement is not our theory. It's exactly what it is. And it's these big corporations that are all for it, because rather than raise the salaries of the American citizens that are already working for you, it's cheaper if you just fire them and then hire somebody from Mexico that came over the border, and you can just keep paying them minimum wage. Right. So this is hurting us in so many ways. It's driving down our wages. It's our hospital system is overflowing. All of these things, right? Our social security system, all of this stuff. And this is how you collapse an empire. This is how you do it. The Clown-Piven strategy, right? They teach this shit in school. You open the fucking borders and let them rape the social security and the benefits of American citizens. That's what it is, right? And so now Kamala Harris wants to come act like they're going to do it. Bro, you've been in the White House for this whole time. You haven't done shit. Right. So this and it's the border that really woke the people up. But now all these numbers, right? That was like their one thing that they had. Oh, look, we created all these jobs, even though you can't take credit for jobs gained after a pandemic. Right. And it was in mostly blue states that the lockdowns did happen. So you're going to take credit for people just opening up their states and people getting their old jobs back from a pandemic? No, you don't get that. Absolutely not. And the unemployment rate actually went up to 4.3%, where it was at 3.9%. So we're in shambles. The economy is in absolute shambles, bro. And like I said, you can only put so much lipstick on the pig. How many times have I sat here and said that? I said the shit is going to come crashing down. They're lying about the economy. They can only lie for so long, and the truth's going to prevail, right? So now they want us focused on these jobs, right? The revised 1 million jobs lied about. But what they're not talking about is the 300,000 migrant children that are now missing, that we have no idea where they are. It was 85,000 a couple years ago. It is up to 300,000 kids. We don't know where they are. They are being sex trafficked right now. They know it. They're facilitating it. The government is involved, and that's why Trump wants the fucking death penalty for it.
Damn. And that is vote.
Listen, it takes 20 minutes, bro. Yeah. It takes 20 minutes. Of course they're going to try to steal it. Of course. The only way they can, though, is if it's close enough to steal. It takes 20 minutes out of your day. You're going to listen to some black pill account telling you that your vote doesn't matter. What do they know? They're not going to vote. They never vote. They don't know how politics work. They don't know the system. We actually changed a lot of things in these swing states. We have signature verification now in Georgia. Now we have all these different ways. We have over 100,000 poll workers that are going to volunteer to watch the polls, and now we know what to look for. You're not going to be blocking anybody's vision like they did last year in Detroit. You're not going to do none of that this time. That's why they're panicking. That's why they literally pulled Biden. You think if they could steal, they would pull Biden and make themselves look like such assholes?
No,
of course not, bro.
I even volunteered to fucking to go to the polls. The website is Trump's website. You just go in there. You could register for volunteering wherever the fuck it needs to be to go count, to be there, to make sure that everything's running smoothly, to put up flags, to put up posters. You volunteer if you really guys want to be into it, guys. This is how you guys change stuff, guys. Go out and vote. If you know anybody that graduated high school, make sure they're voting. Promote their voting, even if they're not swinging. If they don't know who to vote for, promote it. Tell them to go vote. The most important piece of thing that you could do right now, as a citizen, as a human being, as a father, as a mother, as a sister, as a daughter, as a son, is the most important thing is secure your future and go out and vote. Do the research and vote. It takes 20 minutes. With that, this is Vote with Flash _News 1. Make sure you check them out, ladies and gentlemen. Again, Flashy _News 1 on Instagram. I didn't let you plug it in the beginning. But ladies and gentlemen, you can check us out at paranoidradio.com. He's under the special guest and links and host, Flashy _News 1. Thank you so much, Flash.
Let's go, Bo. Woo!
Paranoid Radio.